Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan and I'm here to ask the question, if an average, regular, old Counter-Strike Global Offensive player really practices Valorant, how good can they get? That Counter-Strike player is me. I've been playing Counter-Strike since 2013, and I have a total of about 2,700-ish hours in the game. I don't really have a high rank to show for it, mostly because I spent a lot of my time solo queuing. If you can help it, don't solo queue. It's that simple. Don't do what I did, because I am now stuck in the lowest of the lows with silver. That being said, I'm not bad at the game, and I'm not bad at FPS shooters, at least I don't think I am. So obviously we know a few months ago Valorant came out, so I decided, okay, let's give it a try. I've played some Valorant at this point, enough to get a general feel for the maps and the weapons, you know, the gunplay. Not enough to be consistent, not enough to know really how to use my agent's abilities, but I've enjoyed the game, and so in my mind this raised a question. If I really dedicate some time and some effort into learning Valorant properly from the beginning, because of how early on this game still is, how good can I get? How much can I improve? What can I get my rank to be? You know, can I really seek that highest rank of Radiant? How well is this gonna go? I'm gonna stick with one agent for obvious reasons. Number one is consistency, ease of learning, right? And number two is consistency and ease of learning? I don't know. That's two reasons, I guess. So I'm picking Omen. I'm picking Omen. A couple of reasons for the Omen pick. Number one, I've used Omen a lot already, so I got a general feel for Omen's abilities. Number two, I like the simplicity of Omen's abilities. Smoke, flashbang, teleportation, other teleportation. Okay, I can figure that out. However, reason number three, just because his abilities are simple doesn't mean that they're limited in what you can do with them necessarily. From the gameplay I've seen from people who are far better than I am, Omen's abilities seem to have a fairly high skill ceiling. So when I really get into understanding when and how to use those abilities, and I really hone those skills, I think the upper limit of what I can do in a match with Omen's abilities is pretty advanced. The first step to this whole project was really just, let's get a rank. Act 2 just started not that long ago. I had a rank. Literally the last day of Act 1, I got a rank. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Starting Act 2, I said, alright, I'm gonna play the 3 games to get my rank. I'm gonna dedicate. I'm gonna play them as well as I possibly can, and I'm gonna see, where does Riot think I belong in the ranking scale? And we'll get to that at the end of the video where I ended up. I'll show you how those 3 matches went. But it didn't turn out bad. Well, it didn't turn out bad. We'll stick with that. So game 1 went really well. My team communicated well, we made good plays, and essentially we dominated. We started out on the attacker side of the map split, and right from the get-go, we started working together, and we won some rounds. Nobody was toxic, nobody was rude, nobody was mean. We communicated, we worked together, and we executed the play that we communicated. See, communication and execution, everything was flowing right. At the end of the day, we ended up winning the map 13-0, and we had a great time, obviously. When you're winning and you're with a team that's not toxic and they're communicating well, you're going to enjoy yourself more. Just a fact.
There.
Oh.
Shadows.
I can do that. I would just call that top mid.
Get out of my way! Enemy spotted.
Over to the left up here. 2 of them down there. I got 1 left.
Still to the left, pressure mark? Nope.
Use your red, I guess.
Let's go on the side.
To your left, Sage.
Calculate for 111.
Personally, I played okay. My skills weren't really put to the test too much. The team obviously generally played well together. No one was pulling all the weight, which was nice. I wish my Counter-Strike Global Offensive matchmaking games were like this, but it doesn't really happen. So it was better than most of my matchmaking games in Counter-Strike, which was awesome.
Spike planted.
Is the streamer?
Jet to the left-hand
One
side of
enemy
sight.
remaining. Defenders win.
So we obviously won that round by a large margin, and really just crushed the other team. Started out really well, game 1. Game 2 was much more difficult than the first. My team started out on the attacking side of Bind. Not my best map necessarily. The first half of the game stayed relatively even, well actually perfectly even. With our teams trading around back and forth, we ended up 6-6 at the half. So, tie game at the half. Omens by bathrooms.
She's on bomb. Go spike. Go spike. Go spike. Go, she's defusing.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, she's not. My bad.
Tagged. Coming your way.
She's right there. Razy got this. Oh. Bro, Omen, you're the best. Omen, you're so good.
In the second half, my team started to get on a roll. We won 5 straight rounds before losing again, giving us a solid advantage.
We gotta push B. Cypher doesn't have any guns.
Can you smoke a short, Omen? Just so I can do it.
There B.
Cover going out.
I got there, Omen.
I'm slowing down.
It was bad, but I got him. Finished out the game 13-8, losing only 2 rounds after the halfway point, which was good. Yep.
They're pushing.
They flashed.
Coming.
Pushing it short.
Ran it down.
Oh, out towards sight by Baron box.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, he showered.
Oh, he's so lit! He's so lit! He's up for 111.
Clear left. Hard left. To your right.
He has almost no HP.
Why would...
Last player standing.
He's short. He actually has more HP than you do.
30 seconds left.
Satchel out.
Hi!
Win.
Smells like victory. And gunpowder.
We weren't really that much better than the other team, but we did get into a nice groove again with solid communication that allowed us to work together as a team to win. The third match was more difficult than either of the first 2, and personally I did not play well. We started out on the defender side of Haven, quickly losing the first 2 rounds, continued to struggle in the early game due to poor positioning, slow rotates, poor communication. The team wasn't toxic per se, but they weren't willing to cooperate necessarily to the degree that my earlier teams had been willing to cooperate. So definitely noticed the team impact here being more severe, and then my personal play was not up to snuff on this one.
Come with the garage.
I'm coming garage.
I backed out.
Phoenix, let's go, quick.
Yep, 3 or 4 out. There's multiple ways.
Enemy down.
Spike planted.
Molly.
Last player standing.
Yeah, it's okay.
As the half continued, I struggled to make plays on C site. I wasn't hitting shots that the team needed, but some of the other players really stepped it up. Came back late in the first half, ending it out 7-5 our favor.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Last one should be in garage. Or he's pushed up close, like right on you, Omen. Possibly close left.
Planning C.
Spike planted.
Watch out for all his util. Remember, shoot all his.
Prepare for hellfire!
You should run.
Just wait it
Say,
out.
just flanked him.
Spike planted.
I'll just push
You
back.
will not kill my allies.
Smoke's down.
Go, 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 push in.
One enemy remaining.
Nice job, guys.
And then we get into the second half.
Last
And
player
we got
standing.
no momentum. No momentum was had in the second half. We lost 7 straight rounds, putting us behind 7 to 12.
Last player standing.
We had better communication in the second half, but we literally could not manage to pull off a site execution and defend post-plant. If we executed site and we took site and planted, we just were destroyed within seconds after the plant, or we just couldn't even manage to get onto the site. We all essentially just died pushing onto the site. So we finally won a round at the end of the second half, but it was too little, too late. Ended up losing the game 8-13. That was a rough match. I did not play well, and that kind of just shows my inconsistency in the game.
Defenders win.
Game 1, I played really well. The whole team played really well. Obviously, we rolled them. Game 2, I played not bad. And then Game 3, I couldn't make a shot. So, after my first 3 matches, I got my rank. I was like, hey, let's see what it is. Act 2 rank for Valorant ended up being Silver 2, which is here. Not too bad, but not quite what I hoped for. Obviously, rank isn't everything, but I'm going to be working to move up on that list as we move forward into learning how to play Valorant better. Through all this, I've come to the conclusion that I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn. I plan on seeing just how much I can improve at the game. I'm going to take time, I'm going to practice, I'm going to learn, I'm going to watch videos, I'm going to play matches, and just see where I can get with this game. A couple of things I already know I need to focus on. Number 1 is aim, consistency in aim, and 2 is spray control. Spray control is more difficult in this game than it is in Counter-Strike, and that's just due to the randomization of shots. It's not an exactly consistent spray pattern as you'll find in Counter-Strike, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of learning with that. That's going to be a transition for me. Number 2, map knowledge. Map knowledge and comfort with knowing the key spots, where to push, who is going to push where, and just knowing the corners, knowing how to peek each corner, those types of things. And that comes with experience and playing the maps. And number 3, and probably most importantly, I have to practice Omen's abilities. When to use them, how to use them, how to make best use of them, how not to die when using them. Every time I use my ult, I seem to get killed, so the timing on that. So you can expect videos in the future about all these kind of items that I'm talking about, because I want to show you what I'm doing to learn and to practice, and hopefully showing the payoff that I find in competitive matches.
Defenders win.
So, we're going to see how it goes. If you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, or just click it on your phone, or like with the mouse, and leave a comment. Maybe I'll respond. You never know. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.